Antonio! Have you seen that girl? She's pretty, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna be my wingman, okay?
Okay.
I'm just gonna go there and seduce her with my stories.
Right.
You know
Your
the stories.
stories, yeah.
I'm gonna create a dangerous situation and she's gonna like it. Okay. Hi. Hi there. My name is Alberto and
I'm Antonio, hi.
And you don't know what happened the other day to me, right? I was in Florence, and all of a sudden I was walking, and bam! A big dangerous eagle fly.
An eagle in Florence? Unlikely.
You're right. It's a lot likely. But did I say eagle? It was. It looked like an eagle, but it was a big pigeon, a big white pigeon. A big white pigeon was flying over me, so I was like, what do? I jump into my car, okay? And I start driving my 1954 Fiat Panda across the center.
Unlikely. You can't drive vintage cars in Florence.
Oh man, you're right. You know everything. I wasn't. That was not the car. Did I say vintage? You said no. It was my newer car, right? My newer car. It was my newer car, and I started driving my newer car, and this big pigeon kept on chasing me. All of a sudden, we got into this big lake, and the pigeon flew over the lake.
Unlikely. Pigeons flying over a lake.
Oh my God! Do you know everything about science? Why did I bring you with me?
Besides, there are no lakes in Florence.
Where did she go? Did I lose her?
That is likely.
Welcome back to ITeachHerSheWins for another juicy episode with our exclusive guest Antonio, aka the Evil Beard.
Hi everybody.
Alright Antonio, what game are we going to be reviewing today?
Today we talk about Danger the Game.
Danger the Game. Tell us more Antonio, tell us more.
A game by Philip Blackwell,
Alright.
published by Origami Whale.
Origami Whale. First thing, let's dig into Danger the Game. The art and the components, okay?
Yeah. The art is by Walter B. Jones. It's inspired by danger signs.
Warning signs. Yeah.
With a funny twist.
With a very funny twist.
They remind me of an Italian artist called Clet, which draws over the street signs and changes them in weird and funny ways.
Actually, as soon as we saw the cards, we were like, wait a minute, who's the artist here? It's actually very funny. Just the idea is brilliant. In this case, taking warning signs and make them funny, reminding us appunto what Clet does with street signs.
And the components, we have this card, this very bright, colorful cards.
Yeah.
Basically,
yellow for dangers, blue for skills,
tools. Blue for skills and green for tools.
Green for tools. And then of course there are the plot twists. They're white with an edge matching whatever card type they're gonna be played on. But you'll see in a little bit. And what about the rule book?
Oh, the rule book is very simple. It's basically just
yes. Which is important for the type of game you'll see later. It's a party game. Big spoiler, sorry. But with a party game, you don't want to be reading a 45-page manual, right?
Yeah, you read it in 2 minutes, you learn to play.
Yeah, not only that, it contains a lot of information, but in really 2 pages and very crudely said. But not only that.
Yeah, there's also very flavorful for instance, the first page reads, "Congratulations on purchasing your brand new Danger Preparation Kit. You have taken the first step toward living a much safer and healthier life." And then the footnote. It is unlikely this kit will provide the appropriate knowledge required to live a safer or healthier life. We are not responsible for any death, dismemberment or paper cuts due to improper use.
And that is funny, like, for instance, turn the page for further instruction. You're like, very well done. And not only Origami Whale, the publishing company provides you with
origami paper.
With your own origami paper, a link to adopt a whale, and among other things, create
an origami whale.
Using your own, so very well thought. Okay, what type of game it is? It's based on, like
it's a card game.
It's a card game.
It's a storytelling party game.
Yes. Party game based heavily in storytelling, but not only, there is an interesting twist, unlike other similar games.
You have to manage your hand. There is a small hand management component.
Correct.
You'll draw 3 skill cards, 3 tool cards, and you have to decide when to play them.
Exactly. Not only that, if you play with a plot twist variant, we'll get into that in a second. You gotta be wise on how you play the card, because you will be drawing another one only when you fail as a rescuer. But for you right now, this doesn't make much sense. You'll learn in a second. Anyway, there is interesting for a party game and management component.
3 players up to I don't know, 8, 10 players.
Yes, I think it's 8, even though if the card. But the card should be enough. I think you can play with even more players.
Yeah.
Maybe it becomes a little chaotic, but you can. And the time
may last longer if you have many players.
Of course.
I think 10 minutes per player, so 30 minutes
up. Okay, perfect. The rules are very simple, as we said. The basic rules: each player in turn plays the role of a victim, and the first victim actually is chosen. You choose the person who lives the most dangerously his life. That's why. That's why we pick Antonio. But so the person who lives the most dangerously is the first victim. The victim randomly draws a danger card, which portrays a situation, a very dangerous situation. The other players are called the rescuers. Every player has at the beginning of each turn must have, if not they refill, 3 tool cards and 3 skill cards. When they're presented with a danger card, with a dangerous situation, the rescuers take their turn and play 1 tool card, 1 skill card, reveal them, and explain how with that tool and with the skill they're gonna be rescuing the victim. The other players can object, there is an objection phase, it's very interesting, there's a lot of confrontation with other players, and so on, until every rescuer has played his tool and his skill card. At the end though, you can argue as much as you want, but it's the victim who chooses the rescuer who actually saved them, okay? The first player who gets 3 danger cards, who's awarded 3 danger cards, because when you save a victim, the victim awards you the danger card, wins the game. So the basic rules are extremely simple. There is a first twist if you choose to use the plot twist cards, and we recommend that, right? They can attach to danger card, tool, skill card, and tool card, and one of the rescuers can play the plot twist card when another rescuer is explaining how he's trying to save the victim to mess up his plan. That can be attached to the danger card, increasing the danger, to the tool or skill card, messing them up. So that is definitely something very cool. There is also another variant called the dastardly variant. There is a completely different perspective. You're not trying to save a victim anymore, you're just trying to save yourself. Players are hero. One player per turn takes the role of the villain. The villain draws a number of danger cards equal to the number of heroes. Then each hero chooses and reveals, actually they all reveal a skill card. The villain then takes his time and then assigns the danger cards to the different heroes, trying to screw that hero's skill, trying to make the situation worse for him. Then each hero must choose carefully among his 3 tool cards and select a tool that is going to help him with a skill to face the danger that was assigned to him by the villain. There is again confrontation among players. That doesn't. How can you do that? But eventually, it's the villain who chooses which hero survived the quest. And those are the rules of the games. Antonio, the essential elements of the game we said is 3 players up, so clearly it's not a game for couples.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in 2 players.
Game, basically.
Yeah, but pretty much every storytelling game is like that. You need a big crowd, even though 3 is not a crowd, of course. There is some language dependence.
Yeah, it's very language dependent because, there are very simple sentences. But,
some cards are just 2 words. But you gotta know the language. You know,
know the language.
you gotta come up with a story, and not only that, then you gotta explain yourself and how you wanna save somebody or save yourself. And definitely very interesting the end management component. As we said, when to use the plot twist card, or what tool and a skill card to use, and so on. I would say
There are some.
yes.
About that, there are some interactive cards.
That's true. That's true.
Not only narration.
Very
but
well.
also
That's why I called them. It's good.
They also have a mechanic, for instance.
For instance,
let's see, this one.
this one is let's explain. It's a tool card. Okay, so that
Yeah.
you play to trying to save a victim or yourself.
It says choose an object in the room to use as a tool.
That's cool. So
You look around and-
So it's like I'll play this skill, and as a tool I'll take that gun there, not that or that book there. So and try to save yourself. So for instance, let's give an example of how a story could develop. Let's say in this basic scenario with a plot twist that I'm the victim and I select as a danger card locked in a cage with a severely upset bipolar bear. And the drawing is very fun. Antonio will say, wait a minute, I'm gonna rescue with this tool.
With this oversized branch.
Whoa, so far pretty legit, I like that.
And I can speak and understand any language.
What? What? Speak and understand any language, that's his skill. Clearly Antonio's gonna lose. But not only that, let's say that there is a plot twist. Another rescuer, our imaginary friend, the ghost is gonna be like, Antonio, you're pretty messed up already, but let's see how you do with this. And plays a plot twist. In this case, he connects to the danger. So, I'm locked in a cage, I am the victim, locked in a cage with a severely upset bipolar bear, and I just fainted. But Antonio, hey, don't worry, has an oversized wrench and he can speak and understand any language.
Okay, so maybe I'll talk to the bear, or I might hit him with the wrench.
And then tell him I'm sorry in French. Okay, that's the game. One final question for Antonio, similar games.
Okay, the first game that comes to mind is Cards Against Humanity.
Yes.
Very famous party game, storytelling game.
The difference?
This is more family friendly, of course.
Yes, this one can be played. You can play with your kids. So far, we haven't found anything now, but it's all very family friendly.
Yeah.
It's actually for any age.
Yeah, and there's Cards Against Humanity. There are a lot of popular culture references. So maybe if you play with the American version of Cards Against Humanity.
Here it's pretty neutral too. It's there is no a couple. Maybe we found a couple. Yeah, like trapped in an Amazon warehouse. That's a dangerous situation. Very funny, but I guess everybody would understand the Amazon warehouse. Anyway, so yes, unlike Cards Against Humanity, here is more family friendly and more neutral,
accessible for
other culture as well. Another game.
A Dark Overlord. It's an Italian game. So very popular in Italy, in which you play as an overlord and you want to punish your goblins that haven't achieved their mission, and they have to come up with an excuse. Very funny, quite similar.
But that's different to the extent that Dark Overlord is pure storytelling, right?
Yeah.
Here there is this significant hand management component. Okay, Antonio, well, thank you for being here, thank you guys for watching us. Danger the game, check it out, and don't worry if you are locked in a cage with a severely upset bipolar bear, because Antonio speaks and understands any language. Bye bye, ITeachHerSheWins. Welcome back to ITeachHerSheWins for another juicy episode with our
Perfect. Put the tail on your mouth. Drink something. Okay. All of a sudden, here comes the guy, and you smile slightly gently. A little smile. Acknowledging, okay. Don't look at me. Ah, we gotta do it. You never look in the camera.